It's like people want me to be naive so bad. It's so bad. People want me to be naive so bad. I don't, sometimes I take it personal because it's like I notice they like to do that with black men. And I told y'all a counselor is not your friend. Don't think for a second a counselor is not seeking for information, even when they're counseling you. When somebody's counseling you, they're putting themselves in the seat of somebody that has some type of higher wisdom than you have, but actually, it might not be that way. They can actually be taking stuff from you. That's why it's so important. I have to keep reiterating this, guys, that you have to love. Everything comes down to loving yourself. That's why it's the number one law in the Emerald Tablet. And well, that's know thyself. Yeah, that's part of knowing yourself is loving yourself. Because a lot of people don't want to know themselves. How many people actually know who they are? How many people actually get some quiet? I told you a lot of people can't sit quiet to themselves. They get all fidgety. They start glitching. It's got to be something happening. It's got to be something moving. It's got to be some kind of noise. They can't sit in silence with themselves. It's driving them crazy. See, I can sit in silence with myself. So as I sit in silence with myself, I say, man, these people, they want me to be naive so bad. Why do they want me to be naive, yo? Well, I think, like I just said, they want to extract information from me. They going through it by that means. If I do have a problem, then that problem will show up as what they said was right. If that's not my problem, then they get to hear my rebuttal and try to figure out if what they're saying is legitimate and how they should proceed forth from there. Guys, I told you I'm nothing to play with. I'm somebody who know way too much for their own good. And I got a lot to learn. There's a lot that I don't know. So I never come off like I know everything. I always tell you I don't want to know everything. What I know, I know. That's what I talk about. I don't talk about things that I don't know. In the love department, whatever woman wanted to be with me, outside of the fact of, what they get out of it. Because whether a woman marries a poor or rich man, they still got to deal with that mofo at the end of the day. I know people like this stigma on women that they trying to get, money out of somebody and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you still got to put up with them. You know how many women are married to rich men who despise that man? That's a horrible way to live. Ultimately, I would hope that a woman who wants to be with me just loves me because I'm authentic. That's it. Nothing else. Because I feel like men need to, couples together need to start setting a new standard for how things go about. And I'm trying to set a new standard of people being authentic and having love for themselves. We're tired of a world where everybody just keeps fronting and putting on a show. It causes so much confusion. So that's what I would hope a woman would like me for at the end of the day, is because I'm 100. I'm authentic. I make people who thought they was real reconsider. That's how authentic I am. I come around here like, man, I thought I was real until I met this dude. Guess not. I guess I still got a lot to work on. I guess I'm still seeking validation. And like I told you guys, I do have there are borders and I don't just walk around just saying whatever's on my mind. I'm not that stupid. It all goes back to love for myself. That's it. That's where it all comes from. Before I start dealing with who's out here or what friends I want to have in my life or who I want business associates, or what woman will I marry, and is that the right one? Before all that comes into place, the first thing that matters is that I love myself, because all that can disappear. Everything outside of myself can just disappear in one day. You don't believe it? Go watch that show from the 80s called The Nowhere Man. One season, 22 episodes. Dropped everything. A show called The Nowhere Man. I bring this up all the time because that was such a good show. It has so much stuff in there. It was way ahead of its time. I think it was the 90s actually. The Nowhere Man, guys. Nowhere. The Nowhere Man. Go watch that season. And one day, your whole reality can be gone. So what's really important outside of yourself in the first place? Other than making sure you're taking care of yourself and loving yourself. So I told you guys I was here to micromanage the micromanagers, and I'm also here to counsel the counselors. I'm a messenger. Okay, so people trying to come, it's like people want me to be naive so bad. They're gonna give me my accolades, but at the same time, on a sneak tip, people gonna be poking me and stuff like that. Still, people ain't gonna never stop poking you, especially when they think they may assume that you got it all figured out, even though you tell them you don't got it all figured out. If you're more confident than the average person out here, you're going to have people poking at you everywhere you go. You're going to be isolated. You're going to be alone. You're going to be alone for not being weak or weaker than what you are, or just as weak as the next person and stuff like that. Because I told y'all, weakness is relatable. Most of the time you make friends, it's because of weakness. Ooh, it's cold today. Oh, yeah, it is cold. I can't wait till it gets warm. Me too. You see, that's pretty much how it goes.